Greetings. I am Mike, Shinobi Mystic, your acting science officer for today's mission. Commander, you are due for a status report. We've dropped out of war at the Concordia Citadel. Its complex geometry lies right outside of the ring nebulous terrain below. However, this peaceful summit has already collapsed. Sensors are detecting massive spatial distortions, non-Euclidean signatures that shouldn't exist in this sector. If we don't get the Enterprise, Baron Mooregrave's cruiser, Tezzeret's continuum carrier, and Baneslurker's dreadnought to the docking rings, this mission could end before it even begins. Here is a tactical overlay of the approach. Love having two musics going at the same time. That's exactly what I strive for in my videos. Let's do this. We're going. We're gonna crank this one down because it's a little loud. That should be a good. All right, so let's talk about the actual game. Now, I've got a lot of content to go over, so this is going to be nuts. All right, here we are, the battle map. And I just wanted to point something out. There's a YouTube video in the background that I'm using. I'm going to be using for music. Everything's all moving around. If you look at the video, it's got some cool stuff, like stuff will be flying by and everything, but it doesn't swirl in the middle like the battle map does. I actually took that as a screenshot and I added the swirl effect. So super happy, super proud. Can't wait to play. Let's fucking go. All right, so here we are at the Concordia Citadel. I'm just gonna hit the lights so we get some better effects here. Look at that. And then let's also do something else. We're just gonna have that. What is it? Recalculate. Now, the Citadel sits high in the nebulous terrain. Let's see here. Well, let's talk about global spacecraft rules for the scenario. Maybe we should do that, talk about the factions and everything. Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about spacecrafts. So, for the game, let me grab Baron Mooregrave's cruiser. For the game, what I did is I made up some. I didn't want to make up like new terrain or a new classification. Now that spacecrafts are a thing in Magic the Gathering, I was like, I want to do a space game. There's all these X-wing, attack wing miniatures and all kinds of stuff. So I just added a flight stand. And we're going to use Herescape terrain. Instead of busting out our measuring tape to measure stuff, we're just going to use the Herescape terrain to measure the spaces. So the way that I wanted this stuff to work was spacecrafts is artifact spacecraft. Spacecraft is a hero for all intensive rules purposes, right? So like hero creatures, basically. Spacecrafts do not benefit from terrain height bonuses. We're in space, so how can there ever be a terrain height advantage? What happened here? My audio played once and then stopped playing? That's what I strive for on the channel. All right, yeah, so here we are. Now we're explaining this stuff. So, spacecrafts may move through friendly figures. Spacecrafts cannot be affected by effects that target squad figures. I don't know. So if I'm using planeswalker powers or have other kind of weird things, that's how those are going to work. Space combat is at a certain scale. So you think about the terrain, having these guys with little miniatures, like if the guy jumps out of his ship and then he's in space. Like this isn't the same size scale. That's why most maps I'm just gonna have. This is a space map with spacecraft and stuff. If the spacecraft are gonna be next to the miniature, it's just to show docking purposes. Like, oh, that thing's docked, it's off. Okay, you have to get to it, jump in it, and then break it and then go. So that's the combat scale. All attacks are represented by like broadside fire, shooting from different sides of the hexagon. And we're, point defense arrays, torpedo spreads, all attacks are considered range unless otherwise noted, meaning that you're adjacent. And then docking, a spacecraft adjacent to the Citadel can dock with it, and we'll go over that more when we put in the Citadel. There's going to be some rules for the asteroid field that appears and the alert tracker. So we're going to talk about that. Let's talk about what you can do with your spacecraft. Turn structure. So on each one of your turns, you can move up to your ship's speed. And the speeds are basically from 2 all the way up to the highest I have is 3. A move of 3. That's 3 hexes through open space. I figured that would keep it pretty cool, pretty interesting. So on your turn, you can move. Now, this is where I broke it down. The game is definitely a little bit different. I'm incorporating ideas from HeroScape. Each round, there's initiative rolls, so determine the order like HeroScape. Each player takes a turn, one ship acts, and then that's the end of everybody takes a turn, and then you end up with the end of the round. On your turn, you can move, attack, you can interact, meaning you can dock, you can scan, or you can hail. You can also do a brace, which will reduce damage for the next round. And I was just going to use HeroScape dice to keep track of that with the shield symbol or the attack one. If you I think the hail is the one that does that. Brace is to give you toughness. You can launch a shuttle, and that's why I made more little double space tokens with flight stands. And these are little shuttles that can get launched out. They have to be placed adjacent, and then they can go off and do their own thing. Those are most likely going to be token creatures, and they're going to be used in the final space battle fight later. If we get there. Launch shuttle. Interaction. You can interact. Instead of moving or attacking, they trigger immediately. If you dock, you can restore stuff. If you scan, you can reveal hidden tokens or items, objects within 2 hexes. You can grant +1 attack. And if you hail, you can move 1 extra hex or reroll 1 attack dice. Those are the really cool ones that I think I made up for the game. So that's how spacecrafts are going to go during the game. Now let's get the Citadel in place. So, like I said, we've got this YouTube video that I took and I added a video frame to. I was like, oh, should I add the hexagons to it? No, this will take care of it by itself. The other thing that I wanted to do, now what's it? I think there's this button, and then I say 1, a 2, a 3, go. Oh, look at that space. That is some cool nebulous terrain. That's awesome. All right, so basically right out of it's like the same size. If you look at the other screen, it's like the same size. I guess I have to put it this way because yeah, look at that. Look at that. The length is exactly the same length on the side. So we're going to pop this off, and we're going to put that right outside at the end of the terrain, a nebula. There it is. Nebulous space. And then what we're going to do is on the Concordia Citadel, we're going to attach those docking arms, and those are going to come off this way, reaching into space. Maybe I'll put it this way, actually. That reaches off into the distance. This one reaches off into the distance. This one's ready to grab some spacecraft, and then this one is kind of, yeah, look at that. There's grabbing around the nebula, right? Isn't that awesome? Okay, so here we are, you guys. The final frontier. So, next, but not least, I want to talk about the different factions. And I kind of feel like I did this a little bit out of order. Yeah, let me talk about the factions, and I'll talk about the alert tracker. So, first up, we've got the Star Fleet crew. Just grab the light, bring it up nice and high. So you've got Captain Kirk. You've got me, I guess, Commander Shinobi Spock. We've got another hero creature as a security advisor, and then 3 squad creatures as red shirts. I have the complete TOS crew, and then for their spacecraft, they are going to be flying in the Enterprise with the flight stand. So that is the crew of the Enterprise and the Star Trek tie-in. Unfortunately, we're not going to see Star Trek until, next year? In Magic the Gathering, so it gave me lots of time to think about what these cards would be, what they would look like. Alright, so that is the first set of characters. The next set, you've already seen his spacecraft and cruiser. Maybe we'll talk about that first. I'll have that land down. That's, this one is one from that attack wing, or, already a space game where I got the Enterprise model. This one was a kind of green colored, but I think Romulan or something. Maybe I just repainted it, but it looks sweet. So that's gonna be not Captain, Baron Mooregrave's cruiser. And then let's not talk about Baron Mooregrave without actually seeing him for himself. There he is, Baron Mooregrave. He is kind of like a space pirate, but he's definitely from outer space. He's from a game called, I think, Warcaster, as some kind of cybernetic space guy. As soon as I saw all the Edge of Eternities type cards, all those like black ones with the void and the nebula and all the void ridden and stuff, made me really think of, wow, that's Baron Mooregrave. I've got a miniature for that. On his team, as the other hero creature, he's got the Cybernetic Angel. She'll be flying around in exospace. So that's kind of where that rule breakdown of, miniatures to ships and stuff. So I'll have to think about how that goes. Maybe it'll be like on a mini map. This is a platinum. Is it platinum? Some kind of crazy golem. We'll see how powerful he is. And then for his squad creatures, he's got these like they're kind of like, I call them Pytax walkers, but they basically have like people's faces, robotic army arms and stuff. So that's the next faction. Kind of these weird ones from the void out there, right? I bet they've got some kind of magic names, terms for them. The next faction, I think you guys all know pretty well. This is gonna be none other than Tezzeret, the Metal Man, the one who's all over the boxes and the cards for Edge of Eternities. Tezzeret has his Continuum cruiser, Aether-powered Continuum machine, so that's his spaceship is the slowest of the entire fleet. Now I figured he's kind of like a pirate, so maybe from the Heroescape Age of Annihilation set, Bonnie, Siren of the Void Siren, I think. His other hero creature is the Cybernetic Samurai, also known as the Arcbound Blade Master. And then I was thinking of, he needs some kind of robot squad creatures. And I've got these Teenage Ninja Turtle Fugitoids, and they just seem like, I'm little robot guys. I'll totally be hanging out with Tezzeret. So there it is. That's the other faction with their spacecraft. And then last but not least, the real big bad. We got Baneslurker, the terrifying. And Baneslurker's been here ever since the very beginning of my games. This guy, when I said space, and I said, oh, I got some space miniatures. This guy, Baneslurker, the terrifying. I mean, he's from outer space. His whole thing, MO, is that he is a space mutant. So he's definitely a warmonger in that fashion. He's from space. He knows genetic potential. His ship was grown, not built. So he has just like the alien derelict from the Alien movies. I'm using the space jockey Juggernaut. I'm calling this one Baneslurker's Dreadnought, though, however. So I took the flight stand with a 3 hex base. It seems like it's working. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to make this, see if it works as a miniature. And so far it does. I like that, the way that it sits and the way that it looks. So this Baneslurker's ship. I'm just going to set it down because every time I show stuff off, that's when I break it. So Baneslurker has a couple hero creatures under his wing as well. We've got, now that Final Fantasy is part of Magic the Gathering, I thought of, oh, what are the other kinds of space people that I have access to now? And the answer was Pew Pew from Final Fantasy VIII. He's kind of a sleeper agent, where he's got his own kind of reasons for wanting to go to the summit and to talk about the topics that are being covered there. But Pew Pew has sided himself with none other than Baneslurker. The next hero that we've got to talk about, once I opened the gate to the Fugitoids, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle card, I thought, well, I kind of have somebody else that is maybe Eldrick or, you know, the Eldrazi purple-colored card or whatever. And that was Nobody, the cybernetic vigilante. And thinking about, you know, space and exosuits and spacecrafts and engineers and stuff. Nobody seemed to really fit the bill. And then going to the Concordia Summit, Baneslurker decided to bring these soul harvesters as his squad creatures. So, yeah, if things go south at the summit, he's going to use these guys to steal people's souls. And they're rocking the beautiful color shift paint job there as well. So that's the miniatures. Now, these are all the guys in the ship. We're not going to see them this game. That happens next time. We have to see if we're going to get to the summit first. That's how crazy and unstable this whole thing is. So, last but not least, there's only one last thing I got to talk about. And I've been talking for 20 minutes. I get a nice flat view of oh, you can see like over here. Hi. Just go there. I'll just use this as a shot. All right. So last but not least, let's set something up. This is going to be the most important thing out of the whole thing. So sometimes I set up these games, and yeah, I've got pages and pages and pages of content here. And I built out all this rule stuff for spacecrafts and spaceflight and all this other stuff. But most importantly, what I always need to be building into my games is, when is the game going to end? If there's no answer to that, that's kind of a problem. So what I'm going to do, just like HeroScape, I'm going to do something called the alert tracker. We're going to set down 2 hexes. And what this is going to do is it's going to represent the shared escalation meter, represented by a station panic, a destabilization of gravity, a system that overloads, or the Eldrazi breach intensifying. So I'm going to build that out with two markers. Put that where you guys can see it. You can see it best here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. This is all marked at the end of rounds. The alert tracker, at the end of each one, after each player completes their turn, we're going to move it to the next round. I'm going to use this thing. It's kind of like a captain's chair. It's something that I 3D printed. It does look pretty sweet. I was going to try to use it as an object for like Captain Kirk, but for this purposes right now, I'm going to use it as just a tracker of what round I'm on. So round 1, nothing. Round 2, nothing. Round 3 is the Eldrazi rift. So the Eldrazi are going to show up. If you could tell from the right side of the screen, the Eldrazi are going to appear. At the end of track 4, something else might happen. When we get to 5, I'm going to make it this yellow one. It's kind of the same color as the background, but yellow for caution. And then the very last marker on the track is going to be the asphalt one, a black one, and that means that certain doom, death, is among us. So there it is, you guys. That's going to be the every turn, and when we get to the end, the station collapses, and there's no summit, and that really stops the rest of my game. So that's the alert tracker marker. And now it's time to play the game. Woo-wee. Oh no, the asteroids. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. I'll do that. I'm gonna take that, move that close to me, up near the front. And then what we're gonna do is prepare one for warp, straight from exospace. All right, so then now we're gonna take and do everybody's it rolls for initiative. Now Baron Mooregrave, he's got calculated advance, so he rolls 2 dice for the activation, and he takes the higher of the 2, so he's gonna take the 15. Tezzeret's gonna roll, and he got a 19. Baneslurker rolls, and he gets a 9. And now us and the USS Starship Enterprise, we roll, and we got 6. So the initiative order will be Tezzeret, Baron Mooregrave, Baneslurker, and the Starship Enterprise. I'm just going to switch the music, and let's rock and roll. All right. Hopefully that's not too loud. I actually had to redo this video because the audio was wrong yesterday. So now, I was trying to show you guys what the map looks like. Yeah, so this is what the game room looks like. Yeah, we got everybody coming in. Yeah, there we go. You can go too high. You scroll up too high and you can't see. So like I said, this is a YouTube video that is playing in the background that you guys are probably listening to. I got to put on my headphones and listen to myself. So this thing actually doesn't move. It doesn't swirl. What I did was I animated it and added it for the battle map. So it's super fun. I also changed the coloring a little bit. It was super bright over here, but tried to make it a little bit better. So yeah, we'll see. Now I'm liking the setup. I like how it's working. But here we are, this hedron looking thing somewhere out in exospace. So we just rolled for all that. Got the correct stuff going. We'll then place our miniatures in a second. All right. You know what I think I'm gonna do? Let's place miniatures, and we'll just go like that. So let's see here. So Tezzeret gets to place his ship somewhere on the side. I'm gonna put Tezzeret down here. Oh, you guys can't see any of that, can you?
Can't see me.
Let's see, that's better. Yeah, now you guys can see. Okay. So I told myself, I said, you can put your guys anywhere along the edge, because what they're going to do is they're going to warp in from the side, and they're going to head towards the Citadel. So he's got the slowest move. I'm going to just set him there. Baron Mooregrave's cruiser, he flies in. I'm just going to set him there. Baneslurker, the Dreadsower, he warps in. I'm going to set his ship down here. Yeah. And there's still star map. I was like, is that dark? Yeah, he's just going to come in there. Let's set him like that. He'll go like that. And then when he does enter, he's got Terror of the Approach Lanes. When Baneslurker the Dreadnought enters play, advance the alert tracker by 1. Red alert, red alert. Baneslurker is on approach. And then none other than the Starship Enterprise. I'll put that one right here in this kind of free spot. So now I've got all the ships, in their approach lanes heading in to everything. So that's me setting the miniatures. And then what we're going to do is going to go through the turns and we'll continue the game. I'm just going to take a quick break for a second. Yes, 27 minutes we've been talking. Yeah. right, everything's all set with the prime cooling reactors. All right, we are back. Thank you so much. It's just, you know, I'm a person. I got, you know, what do I want to do? Break up the video? I'd rather just hit record the entire thing, upload it to YouTube, and call it good. Splicing and dicing and putting it into a secondary video editing program sucks. Makes playing these games and doing them all not that much fun. So, all right, here we are. Tezzeret's continuum carrier. So Tezzeret is going to. He only has a move of 2, so it's going to be 1, 2. Right? Yeah, 1, a 2, and then he sets himself down. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he's too far away. And then he's got like a transport matrix instead of attacking. Teleport any adjacent friendly spacecraft to an empty space within 4 player-side spaces. But the other thing I was trying to do was interact, and that was the whole hail. 1 friendly unit within 4 hex is. Now these are all considered friendly. It might not be that way in the future, but right now we're all friendly enough. We're heading to a peace summit. I hope we're friendly. So I can't hail. Scan. Scan, reveal enemies or hidden objects. Was it within 3 hexes? Bling! Yeah, maybe he gets reveal enemies or hidden objects. Reveal all enemy units within 3 hexes or line of sight. Flip 1 token object within 2 hexes, or grant +1 attack on revealed units this turn. Oh, so it's like you'd scan and then you'd do that. But let's see here. So he's gonna scan. Bling! And yeah, maybe nothing comes up. Not at this time. Nothing happens now. All right. Now it's gonna be Baron Mooregrave. Mooregrave, demonstration of resolve. He's got political shields. He also has a move of 3, so we're just gonna move him 3. 1. Let's see. 1. I'm actually gonna move him 3. I'm gonna move him closer to Tezzeret. 1, a 2, a 3. I feel like that's such a mistake, though. It's like, oh. Because I gotta move that plus the extra. 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna move him straight then. Yeah. That's a move of 3. I mean, that's it. It's nothing too crazy right now. It can't always be insane. Baneslurker also has a move of 3. It's got the largest life total, most attack and defense. Void Hunger. After each player's turn, if Baneslurker is on an adjacent spacecraft or the Citadel, will deal 1 damage to figure structure. Let's see. Terror of the approach lanes already took effect, so it's just going to be fly zone. So we're going to do 1, a 2, a 3, and then if this is the 3rd one that he's going to set down, yeah, we'll just go like that. It's kind of a weird way of flying, though. Yeah, let's do that. Like he's flying away. And then the Starship Enterprise, commanding presence. All friendly spacecraft within 3 get +1 attack. Precise maneuvers as it moves and ignores additional movement costs from asteroids. I'm talking about asteroids, but we're gonna get there. Don't worry, there'll be asteroids. And then hailing frequencies. Instead of attacking, interact with a ship within 4 spaces. Remove 1 damage marker or gain +1 speed until the end of their turn. Let's see. So let's do move of 3, and we're gonna just stay on pace with Baron Mooregrave. 1, 2, 3. And give me full speed ahead. And instead of attacking, because nothing to attack, I'm gonna interact with a ship within 4 spaces, hailing all frequencies. Bing. I'll do that to Mooregrave. If you do, that ship may immediately remove 1 damage or gain +1 speed until the end of their next turn. So what I'll do is I'll give him the +1 speed. And I'll just remember that because I'm going to take a 6-sided die. with a 1 on it, and I'll just put it on top of Baron Mooregrave's move number. And that'll help me remember that next time he gets +1 move. It's so funny because the dice is like the same. It's like the same size. So that works. Baron, alright. And then that's the end of the Enterprise's turn. So all 4 ships had a chance to move and do something.
He moves.
Alright. Then what is going to happen now is the alert. Ding! The alert tracker will be conducted. So 1 to 2, docking turbulence. So that's the end of 1. Now goes to 2. Bling! Docking turbulence. No additional effects. This is the end of the grace window. After this, the next one that appears is the Eldrazi. It's right next to the next marker there. So that's the end of that. Now it's like Heroescape, and we roll to see the initiative. That's cool. I like that. That totally works for a space game. For a space game where you've got all kinds of cosmic arrays and all kinds of weird stuff happening. I like how random and interesting that can make everything. I'm just trying to adjust the primary viewing screen. There you go, you guys. I think that'll do it justice. Tilt and pan. There we go. And you can see the sun-crested citadel with the nebulous gas all to the behind. All right, so now we roll for initiative. The Enterprise rolls 17. Baneslurker rolls 13. Mooregrave rolls his dual dice. Take the better of the 2. 20. Baron Mooregrave, he's got that calculated advance. And then Tezzeret's continuum carrier rolls. We get an 8. So the turn breakdown will be Baron Mooregrave, Starship Enterprise, Baneslurker's Dreadnought, and then the Tezzeret's Continuum Carrier. Very, very interesting. What a weird game I made. Or are making up and thinking of. Alright, so Mooregrave's Cruiser. He's got +1 move. So then he's got 4 move. So let's see. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 4 into it. And then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Bling! He's going to use Interact. And he's going to use Hail. Call reinforcements, trigger events, or aid allies. And he's going to hail. Bling, 2, 3, 4. Bling! He's going to hail Tezzeret's Continuum Carrier. Yeah, you guys can't see that. The Continuum Transfunctioner. No, yeah. All I'm doing is making space gravy. Green space. Blue space. Space. The Tezzeret's Continuum Carrier. So, Baron Mooregrave's ship hails the Continuum Carrier. Yeah, that looks like they're in the same exospace, too. So he hails. Boop. Yo, what's up, man? Oh, he hails. And when you do that, you choose an effect. One friendly unit within 4 hexes gets move 1 extra hex or reroll 1 attack die, or you may trigger a scenario event, whichever happens. I'm gonna do the move 1 extra hex, and I'm just gonna do that right now because that's the way I've been doing it. Blink. Otherwise, it's too much to remember. Oh, he gets another +1. When did he get the +1 from the hail last time? No, it was an ability, right? Yeah, it was the Starship Enterprise's hailing frequency. Maybe we should call it something else. It's too similar. We'll figure it out. But that was hailing all frequencies. This is just a regular hail, which anybody can do who's flying in spaceships. So that was my 2-action move. It was move and then hail. And now it's the Starship Enterprise's turn. The Enterprise, let's see. Instead of attacking, you may interact with a ship within 4 square subspace. 4. I'm gonna do the hailing frequencies for this for the Dreadnought one. So this will be the hailing all frequencies, and I'll give him the +1 move for next turn. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna move because the way I made this one is you don't have to move then attack. You just do 2 actions. You can attack, then move. So actions. Action 3. 1, 2, 3. Into space we go, heading closer to the Citadel. The Enterprise flies in majestically. While hailing all frequencies, giving Baneslurker +1 move. Baneslurker's turn. Now he's got the plus move. Let's see. So that's gonna be 4. Yeah, so we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll put Baneslurker right there. And to Baneslurker's turn, it's Tezzeret's turn. And Tezzeret has what is it? He's got a cool ability. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna move, then we're gonna use his ability. He's gonna move of 2. 1, 2. He's gonna turn, and he's gonna head towards the back end of Baron Mooregrave's vessel. Now he's going to activate his ability, Aether Transport Matrix. Instead of attacking, Tezzeret carrier may teleport any adjacent friendly spacecraft to an empty space within 4 clear sight spaces. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. That throws or propels Baron Mooregrave straight into the Nexus. Right? That's awesome. Right outside of the Accord. It's awesome. This is all going according to plan. Alright, so that's it. I used my Aether Transport Matrix on Baron Mooregrave's ship. Slingshot him into the void a little bit more. Alright, that is the end of the second round. Now, I feel like there's so much other stuff that I forgot to read. Yeah, like Location 1, Concordia Approach. Maybe I'll read it now, and then I'll read and right before I go to the next part, which is real suck because it's going to be the Eldrazi part. Yeah, so I got so excited and changing the music and everything else. I forgot to read the actual opening. It's probably because I got big blocks of rules before the scenario opening. So here it is. The Concordia Citadel hangs in orbit like a jeweled dagger above the lush green world of Concordia Prime. And maybe Concordia Prime is down here somewhere where the green starts to come back because it looks all, I don't know, nice and amber colored. Its spire-like towers twisted upward, opposite the void, shimmering with golden light. From countless viewports, shield arrays have rippled faintly across its obsidian hull. Refracting starlight is slow, hypnotic waves. At its base, colossal docking arms, extruded outward, poised to receive the galaxy's most powerful factions, like insects caught in amber. The planet glows below in severe indifference, oceans and forests unaware of the ambitions gathering overhead. Right? The fleet drops out of warp. Instantly, the calm fractures. A violent spatial distortion blossoms near the Citadel's orbital plane. Sensors screaming. Fragments of warped matter tear free from a collapsing anomaly. Twisted debris. Living. There's another page. Living void globes. And impossible shapes appear. Through the vacuum, rather than the drift, the anomaly pulses, not just once, but twice, then vomits its contents into real space. Alright. I'll keep reading. Station control. Attention, all inbound vessels. Emergency protocols in effect. Summit suspended. Defense assistance required immediately. Any deviation from assigned vectors may result in catastrophic collision. The general thumb of engines adjusting for docking turns into strained vibrations as thrusters fight unstable gravity flows. Especially Mooregrave, he's right up against this thing. Whoa. Throttle back. Yeah. Should I zoom in on it? Yeah. Zoom in on the action, man. There's nothing like it. Not in this galaxy, man. Alright. So, the gentle thrum, the air aboard every ship carries a sterile bite of recycled atmosphere, laced now with the ozone and overheated circuitry. On the Alliance channel, Kirk, looks like we're making our introductions under fire. Spock, or Shinobi. Captain, probably this disturbance, being coincidental, is strategically negligible. Mooregrave, an unfortunate complication still. A useful demonstration of my resolve, wouldn't you agree? Kirk, I'd feel better about that sentiment if the situation weren't under its blast radius. Now, at this time, the void creatures surge towards the docking arms, drawn by the energy emissions and the Citadel shields. Alright, so out of the void comes the Eldrazi. It spits out all these different Eldrazi's, but most importantly, asteroids. And we're just using the the brown tiles with the real simple, like, you know, when you pick that up, that's an asteroid, dude. Like, in space, that totally is an asteroid. And I'll have special rules for all that stuff. So, Mooregrave, he's basically hitting an asteroid. I'm going to put a full stop on that. These things are going to be next to the asteroid here. This will become an asteroid belt here. Let's make a full-on asteroid belt. That way we can separate the party, right? I'm being nice. Like, I'm giving the continuum thing plenty of space to get through. Yeah, it's too much space. All of a sudden, he's like in an asteroid belt. That wasn't there a second ago. You're gonna get blasted by the asteroid belt. You'll be stopped by the asteroid belt. And then let's throw some more scatter terrain. It looks like I still got more. Oh, the asteroid belt hitting the Citadel. I wasn't going to do that. Alright, I think that's pretty good. I wanted to make any free space. Eldrazi. Now they basically are in the meteorites, asteroids. One, two, three, 4, 5. Alert tracker goes to the next one. Story thing, basically. There it is, you guys. The Eldrazi incursion is underway, and I'm using Arena of the Planeswalker, Eldrazi Scion Squad creatures, and I'm gonna try to just keep the stats. He's gonna go away. That would be really scary. Maybe later. Violence, spatial distortion blossoms near the Citadel's base. Alright. The summit cannot begin. Not until the skies are secured. Not until the factions prove whether they can fight side by side, or whether this crisis will be the first fracture in a much larger war. Alright, and now this thing disappears back into the nebula. And we've got all these asteroids and Eldrazi all over the place. Now, can we see all that? Here's Tezzeret's Continuum. There's Baneslurker. There's the Enterprise. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And then, yeah, we obviously can see the Citadel. It's just beyond the Nexus. All right, I think we got a good representation. Plus, you guys got the overhead display. All right, let's rock and roll. The asteroid fields here are represented by thick debris. I just want to use simple terrain. I think that would be the best way to do it. Entering an asteroid hex cost +1 move. So just like you were climbing up it, it's +1 move, but then it's like water. It's +1, or the snow or whatever, +1 move to keep moving through it. So to like move through this chunk, it'd be like a lot to swim through. Then there's also may not move more spaces than speed allows. Can you attack an asteroid? I don't know. I don't have that as a thing yet, but maybe in the future. And then a spacecraft on an asteroid hex does not gain any bonus from power toughness. So there's no elevation or terrain advancements for being up on elevation. Like I have all these guys in the asteroids, well, so because they're in the asteroids, they're not going to get +1 for having elevation. I'm not making that a thing in space this time around. But I might change that later. We'll see. And then collisions. When a spacecraft enters an asteroid hex for the first time, so that's when you pay that's when you pay, so you go up and into it, you have to roll the 20-sided die for collision. 1 through 4, you take 1 damage. 5 through 19, nothing. 20, you're skilled, and you can immediately move 1 additional space. Right? That'd be cool. So we'll see how that goes with the collisions and all that stuff for the movement. So that's how that was going. Oh, I made up more rules, Eldrazi. The Eldrazi are to ignore any additional movements through asteroids. Eldrazi don't roll for collisions, and Eldrazi treat asteroid hexes as open space. This reinforces the environment, the hostile ships, but it's meaningless to the Eldrazi. So, I think that'll make for a fun game. Alright, you guys. Let's rock and roll. So, bling! Alert 3. Alert 3. On Alert 3, the alert track, the Rift Breach opens. I placed 2 to 3 Eldrazi units. So that's 2 units of Eldrazi. That's why I got 6 miniatures. On rift hexes near the asteroid belt. I was going to put little markers, but, it's hard to make stuff a surprise for myself. So I kind of just, on this terrain board, what you guys are seeing from the open overhead one, this terrain board is multiple Heroescape hexes all put together. There's over 470 hexagons on this board, so I know there's plenty of open space. The Rift Breach, the station control strain. All vessels, we are detecting non-Euclidean contacts emerging from the outer approach lanes. These are not our ships. Freeze approach. All right, so there it is. Yeah, I think that's it. Roll for initiative. Baron Mooregrave rolls his famous 2 dice. We got 17. So we got 17. We're gonna roll for the. Was it the next? Yeah, let's roll for the Enterprise. Was it 8? 8 for the Enterprise. Baneslurkers roll 13. And then Tezzeret's roll. He got a 20. Alright, so it'll be Tezzeret, Mooregrave, Baneslurker, Starship Enterprise, Ectoprise. Alright, so I've been playing for just about 1 hour. Yes. Red alert. Actually, blue space looks pretty sweet too. Alright. So Tezzeret. So Tezzeret, he kind of thinks, oh man, his hull's kind of like stuck. Like he's stuck on the side here. Hard. Let's see. So he turns starboard. So it's gonna be 1, 2, boom, and he stops. Full stop. And you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna brace. I'm gonna do brace. Because that's one of the actions, one of the global actions. On your turn, you can move, attack, interact, brace. Which I guess interact. Because you like dock, scan, or hail. Yeah, brace, reduce damage next turn. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Brace. So I'm going to put that +1 defense on him to remind myself of that. Yeah, +1 toughness. It says next round. Until next round? Well, that's why it's a brace. Yeah. Alright. Well, I'll do that. Now, Mooregrave's cruiser. He's right up against that Eldrazi. And I was saying that I was not going to do any leaving engagement attacks in space. I didn't want to, if I'm not doing the terrain bonuses, I'm not going to do LEAs in space either. So, that's what I decided upon. That's how I'm going to leave it. Alright, Mooregrave. I'm just adjusting the front viewing angle. So, Mooregrave, he's right up against that asteroid. Let's see. Demonstration of resolve. Damages an enemy. You may choose another spacecraft within 3. Cannot use brace. Oh, okay. Let's see. Mooregrave is gonna move. Like I said, I didn't make leaving engagement attacks a thing, but I'm going to try to swing his ship around. So move of 1, move of 2, move of 3. He's gonna swing his ship around, and we're gonna fire at this one in the middle. Yeah, so we basically hit the L2 button, or R2 button, spun around, and we're going to fire at this one. We 4 against 3. So Mooregrave shoots, he gets 3 hits. And the Eldrazi blocks, gets 3 shields. Ooh. There it is. Wow. didn't even... It's like it just retracted into the asteroid. Yeah, he just hit nothing but rock. Alright. Now it's Baneslurker's turn. Whee! Activate Baneslurker. Baneslurker is pretty nasty too, so it's actually nice not having to look at any spell cards or read like, oh, now there's a new spell card. What am I doing? No, I'm playing Herescape kind of. All right. Let's see. Baneslurker's gonna try to go into the middle of all this. Let's see. He's got to move a 3, so that's gonna be 1, a 2, 3. I'm gonna put his ship right there. Just kind of snuck right through the asteroid field, and now it's there. I'm gonna have it hit this one with the big claw. Goes to hit that one. So it's gonna be 5 attack dice. Whoa! All shields when I was rolling for an attack. Once again, no dice there. Now the Starship Enterprise takes the stand. The Enterprise has precise maneuvers. When the Enterprise moves, it may ignore additional movement costs from asteroids. So it's not the +1 and then the 2 to enter. It's just going to be 1, 2. But when he enters, it doesn't say anything about not rolling the 20-sided die for collision. It's optional, but it was recommended. And we got an 18. So 18 is no effect. I'm just gonna just do it once per turn. So 1, 2, 3, and I'll kind of leave it right on the backside of. Oh yeah, that's great. You guys can't see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna put it here where you guys can see it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to fire at the one right next to Tezzeret. 3. Nothing. 2 shields and a blank. The torpedoes have no effect, sir. These are strange creatures. All right. Now, it's the Eldrazi turn. The Eldrazi, let's see, this one's going to turn and attack Tezzeret's Continuum Transfunctioner. Let's see, so that's 5, so it's going to be 6. Be 3 against 6. So 2 hits. And he's in the braced position. And it was the 2 blocks that he needed, so the 2. So nothing more. Yeah, I'll leave him being braced. Yeah, I mean, you use your whole attack or thing to be braced, so. This one is... Let's see. Is this one gonna move? I feel like this one would be like headed for the Citadel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yeah, that one. Munching at the Citadel. Where you guys can see it. Alright, we did that one. This one attacking Mooregrave. 2. And then he would take 2, but then he has political armor? Political shields. For the first time each turn, Mooregrave's cruiser would take damage, reduce that damage by 1. Political shields. Yeah. Even affects the Eldrazi. They know to respect that. This one attacking the Enterprise. 2. Two. So it blocked it. And then there's going to be this one attacking the Baneslurker Dreadnought and this one attacking Baneslurker Dreadnought. So the first one, 1. There's 1. Two shields, blocked it. And then the next one attacking. 2 hits. You got 1 shield, so it takes 1 damage. They're breaking through the hull. Alright, and that's all the Eldrazi. Now I go to move the turn tracker border marker. I think it's got to be right in front of you guys. So now I go to move this thing, the turn tracker marker. But then I read my card, and it says Tezzeret has an ability, Aether Tax. When the alert tracker would advance, if Tezzeret's carrier is adjacent to 1 or more enemy figures, which it is, if we look at Tezzeret, he's got 2 Eldrazi up against his hull here, right? Tezzeret's got that going on. Is adjacent to 1 or more enemy figures, you may place 1 damage on one of those figures to prevent that advance. So that's what I'll do. I'll put 1 damage on this guy, and we're going to take the turn tracker marker and move it back 1, and there it is. Now we've got plenty of time for the Hordes. Well, the only other one I didn't roll for when I did the Eldrazi turn just now was this Eldrazi. Let's roll his attack. So it'll be 3. Ooh, 3 hits. And then the Citadel has 4 defense. Oh my god, the Citadel just took 3 hits. So, I'll add 3 to the Citadel. Citadel's taking 3. That's the that'll be like the other thing that I think helps keep track of, like, oh yeah, because if I could just reset the alert marker, what's gonna stop it from not continuing? Yeah, that'll definitely do it. I'm like looking at the screen. I'm like, I don't even know. Is that my miniatures game? That looks so weird from that angle. I definitely like the overhead is nice. Display on. All right, so that's the end of Tezzeret's +1 for his, was it holding, barricading himself or whatever? Burying? No, not barrier. On your turn, you can brace. Red alert! Brace for impact! I thought that would be cool and flavorful. Let's roll the 2 dice for Baron Mooregrave's ability. 8 and 5, so we're going to take the 8. Mooregrave, roll for Tezzeret. He got 10 for his initiative. I'm going to roll for Baneslurker's initiative. Got a 12. And the Enterprise rolls. You got 5. So this turn, it's going to be Baneslurker, Tezzeret, Mooregrave, and then the Enterprise. Whoa, weird, dude. That's weird. That's weird, man. Alright, noon time. And it's been 1 hour, 11 minutes, sir. Captain, would you like to continue? But of course. Alright, Baneslurker on approach. Baneslurker here. Let's see here. I'm gonna Baneslurker attack this Eldrazi in the back. Yeah, let's spin him around. Spin him around. And he's gonna smack his big crab arm that way. Gonna be 5 hits. Two hits. That's all it needs is one good attack, buddy, huh? So that's 2. And that was 1 defense. So it takes 1 damage. And then now, what was it? He's going to scan hail. So then what he'll do is he's going to hail. Choose 1 extra hex, reroll 1 attack dice. Hail? So he'll hail Baron Mooregrave. What he'll do is allow him to reroll 1 attack dice. Yeah, I'll just put that on Mooregrave's card. Bling! Call reinforcements, trigger events. Yeah, reroll 1 attack dice. There you go. Hail. Alright, that's the end of Baneslurker's turn. Now it's Tezzeret's turn. Tezzeret's gonna try to nestle himself right here in this spot. So, no leading engagement attacks. So we're gonna do 1, 2. And he kind of just jams himself right in between the asteroids. That's kind of like a parallel parking if I've ever seen one. Then what he's going to do is he'll attack the one attacking Mooregrave. Yeah, we'll do... should he do that? Nah, let's attack the one at the nearest back end. Yeah, because he's gonna... Because Baneslurker basically told Mooregrave, go attack the one attacking the Citadel. We've got these. And then Tezzeret pulls up and he's adjacent to both of them. He's going to activate his afterburners and burn the one in the back. So let's do that. 3 hits. 2 shields, but it takes 1 and it's got 1 damage. So it does. Burns that bastard into the asteroid belt. That's the first of the 5 Eldrazi to remain. So that was Tezzeret's basically attack. Mooregrave, the cutter, the cruiser. So he says, yes, the Citadel's under attack. Let me prepare warp speed. So he turns, and I've got to adjust the camera, just so you guys at home can see the attack and the approach vector. Mooregrave's cruiser engage. So let's see, he actually doesn't even nearly need to move. So what he's going to do is scan. 1, 2, or scan. Reveal all enemies within 3. Yeah, it has to be 3 lines of sight. 1, 2, 3, and it's 4 spaces away. All right. So what Mooregrave's going to do is move And then we'll just attack. 1, 1, 2, 3. And then he'll just attack it. So funny though. Moving in and attacking. Choo choo choo. Watch the thing. And then he's got a thing so he can reroll one of his attack dice. So that's gonna be 4 against 3, so 6. So that's 1. I'm gonna take this blank and I'm gonna reroll that. So that became 2 hits now. Yes. Remove that buff. So that's 2. 1 shield, so it takes 1. It's very careful not to hit the Citadel. Mooregraves, let's see, demonstration of resolve. When within 3 spaces. No, it doesn't work. Alright, that's the end of Mooregrave's turn. Now it's the Enterprise's turn. Let's see. Okay, so the Enterprise is going to scan. Bling. And I'll do the gain +1 attack for its attack on the revealed unit. Yes, so I'll do the +1. And then 4. So scan and then attack. And that's what I'm doing. Scan 2. Captain. If we set the frequency to -10. Alright, so it's 2 hits, 1 shield, but that's 1 hit. 1 damage on the Eldrazi. Alright. Now, that's the end of the Starship Enterprise's turn. Now it's back to... Oh, I wasn't even zoomed in on that. All that happened over there, and you guys didn't see nothing. I suck with the camera angles. I'm sorry. Alright, we'll just do that. That way you guys can definitely see everything. Yeah, the Enterprise hit the one that it's right next to. Now it's the Eldrazi's turn. The Eldrazi one's going to turn, and it's going to attack Baron Mooregrave's ship. Attack 3. So it's 2 hits. 2 hits. Mooregrave rolls for... Ooh, and he takes 2, but then because of his political alignment, he only takes 1. Wow, political shields is freaking awesome. Mooregrave's attack. Alright, this one turns and attacks Tezzeret's continuum carrier. So it'll be 3, 1. Got 1 hit. And we got 2 shields, so that got blocked. This one attacks the Enterprise. 2. 1. Enterprise takes 1. Watch out! Oh! The Eldrazi. And then now these 2 attacking Baneslurker's ship. The first one over here. 3 hits. Oh! Baneslurker's ship takes 3. Oh my god! That's a total of 4 damage. The next one attacks Baneslurker's ship. 2. 1. So he takes another 1. Whoa, Baneslurker's ship. 5 damage on that thing. Oh, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can just recycle the video.
I know I've been sitting here for a while. Thank you. All right. So, That's crazy. Baneslurker ship getting severely destroyed by these squad creatures. Alright, so now we go to advance this to the next one. But then Tezzeret uses his schemes again. The Aether tags. When the alert tracker would advance, if Tezzeret's carrier is adjacent to one or more enemy figures, you may place 1 damage on one of those figures to prevent the damage to the advance. So I'll put the damage on the mark on this guy. Oh, and he doesn't have any. So yeah, that works. It's like a blood clock of some kind. Alright, now we roll all for the initiative again. Here are the 2 for the Baron Mooregraves dice, both 20. The Mooregraves dice. Here's for the Enterprise, 3. Here's for Baneslurker, 9. And Tezzeret, the Schemer, 9. So that'll be Mooregrave, Baneslurker, and then Tezzeret. Ooh, yeah. Mooregrave, Baneslurker, Tezzeret, Enterprise. Right. Oh, you guys. Alright. So this guy is being attacked. Let's get stuff. The Concordia Citadel is under attack by Eldrazi. Alright, so he's preparing to press. He's going to scan. Get +1 attack for the revealed unit. Yeah, we'll just do it. +1. Give me +1, please. Scan and attack. Where is it most vulnerable? Sensors indicate, sir. If you attack its prime exterior. Alright. Preparing for blast. 2 hits. Minimally effective. 2. 1. It takes 1. That was effective enough, sir. Now there's only 4 Eldrazi remaining. The ship pivots the ship, preparing for long-range scanners. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm having fun today. All right, Baneslurker. He poises himself. He's surrounded by all those Eldrazi and the asteroid belt. Really in a tough spot. So he has to do something. Was it not hail, not scan, not dock? Let's see. Interactive rule. Dock. Purpose: repair, refuel, deploy troops. Restore 1 damage to a friendly ship. Deploy board 1 shuttle token if adjacent. His ship's almost gonna get destroyed. Should he just put everybody on the shuttle and send them away? Restore 1 damage. Deploy. Was it scan, hail? Yeah, scan, hail, interact rule. Spend 1 action to interact instead of moving or attacking. So if you interact, you can scan, hail, or dock. Oh, but then launch shuttle is its own thing. Place 1 shuttle token adjacent instead of attacking. Max 2 shuttle tokens per spacecraft. Yeah. I'm going to, I guess, dock so I can repair myself, forego my attack, remove 1 damage marker, and then I'm going to have him shoot out his little space shuttles. I'm going to have them launch some space shuttles. So, space shuttles launched. Yeah, I'll have those guys launch from Baneslurkers. Try to get shot out into space. Save yourself. Alright. That's Baneslurker's turn. Just in case the spaceship gets blown up, that'll be bad. Make your way to the Citadel. So they get Summon of Sickness. They don't go or nothing. Tezzeret's turn. Tezzeret's still here. Boom. So Tezzeret, he tells Mooregrave, I've got this one. You can move through your own friendly guys, so these are friendly. So I'm gonna go 1, 2. And I'm gonna have Tezzeret's continuum just spin and pivot. So he just, yeah, he really just flew through that guy. 1 through the little shuttles. He's like, look out! Shuttles just went around. 1, 2, and then he bases his back end that way. I could just put it this way too, but yeah, he just advances slowly up to the middle. Now let's see. Aether Transport Matrix. Instead of attacking, Tezzeret's carrier may teleport any adjacent friendly spacecraft to an empty space within 4 clear sight spaces. So he's going to teleport these guys 4 clear sight spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, he'll just put them basically at the Citadel. Yeah, it'll happen. It's like on the backside. No matter what, even if I try to zoom and move the camera, he shoots them within 4 clear sight spaces. Can you see through the loading arm? Yeah, I can. Okay. Yeah, he shoots them right through them. Teleports them. Aether Matrix. And we're still gonna let Baneslurker do his thing. Maybe Baneslurker got out. Like, that's really good faith that we got Baneslurker, the Dread Sower, in his evil dreadnought battleship to the Peace Summit first. And now he's just remotely piloting his ship. Yeah, we're gonna have it like we're still remotely pilots the ship. Now it's up to the Starship Enterprise set. Can it shade the ship being repaired? So it's going to hail. Bling! Choose a friendly unit. Move 1 extra hex. So he's gonna have the Baneslurker pivot 1 more down, right next to Tezzeret. That way it could maybe prepare for Tezzeret's next warp or something. We can save your ship. Bling! Make this thing into a giant turret with your ships shooting off all the docking arms. So I hailed and got this to move. Then I'm going to attack the Eldrazi that's right in front of me. Then it's going to be 3. 2 hits. 2 hits there. Nothing. Alright, that's 1 off. That's 1 whole squad of Eldrazi destroyed. Alright, so now it's the Eldrazi's turn. This one turns and attacks the Baneslurker ship. This one turns and attacks Tezzeret's ship. This one advances and attacks the Enterprise. Alright, let's go. First one against Baneslurker's ship right here. Nothing. Shields and a blank. Woo! Man, you almost got messed up. This other one attacking Tezzeret's ship. 1 hit. Tezzeret's ship has a nice hole. All shields. All 5 shields. Nice fortified hull for the carrier. It's like a little junk, like this junk thing flying through space. I love it. All right, now this last one. That one attacked. Yeah, him in there. It's always when I break everything. This last one attacking the Enterprise. Prepare battle stations, everyone. 2 hits to the Enterprise. Enterprise, prepare. Ooh, taking the 2 hits. Scratches at the hull. No. This is when all the shocks and the sparks and they're all flying through the air. It must have been hard to be sitting in the studio set and, oh, pretend like we just got hit. You gotta take everything, shake it up. Oh, jeez. All right, so that's the Eldrazi turn. Now I prepare to move the advance marker down one, but then Tezzeret is going to use his schemes yet again. Tezzeret's going to apply more of that Aether tax. When Tezzeret would advance, if there are one or more enemy figures adjacent to him, you may place 1 damage on one of those figures. So I'll put the 1 damage on the other figure that doesn't have a damage on it. Nice. And now I don't move the alert tracker marker. The no Eldrazi are eating the Citadel. So that's pretty good. All right, let's continue forth. Roll for initiative. The Starship Enterprise rolls a 12 for initiative. Tezzeret, we roll in 17. Baneslurker rolled 10. And then the Baron Mooregrave, he doesn't mess around, he rolls 2 dice. 9. So the turn order, so Mooregrave actually goes for last for like the very first time. And then we're gonna have, all right, so it'll be Tezzeret, the Enterprise, Baneslurker, Tezzeret, the Enterprise, Baneslurker, Mooregrave. Ooh, that's fun. That's exciting. It's different. All right, now the space battle continues. Now, Tezzeret, he's still up to his schemes. He doesn't know whether or not he should move or advance or what. Let's see. He's gonna do what I thought I was gonna do last turn. We're gonna use the Aether Transport Matrix. Instead of attacking, he may teleport an adjacent friendly spacecraft to an empty space within 4 clear side spaces. Yeah, so he's gonna teleport one. Oh, but it has to be 4 clear side spaces. You can't see through the. Can you see? Yeah, you could see. You can see that. It's just right here. It can't. But it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. He's gonna put it there. He can't make it dock, but I can place it. I can definitely place it there. And now it's the Juggernaut is adjacent to the Citadel, and then Tezzeret is going to attack this Eldrazi, and we'll attack 3 shields, so nothing happened. That's the end of Tezzeret's turn. The Starship Enterprise. Enterprise is going to scan. Yeah, we'll scan. Bling! So we get the +1 attack. And we'll attack that Eldrazi. 3 hits. And the Eldrazi. 3 shields. Eldrazi proves difficult even after scans. We are a science vessel, not made for war. Or is that what the Jupiter 2 said? Okay, so then that's that. So now the Dreadnought is really stuck. So yeah, it's going to just be repair and then dock. And it'll dock with the Citadel. And that's it for this. That's it for the Baneslurker ship. That one's docked and part of the Citadel, so he won't be being used anymore, especially after being so damaged. The shuttlecrafts go back inside. So now it's up to Mooregrave. Mooregrave is going to... He doesn't even have to move. He's just going to shoot from... Let's see, he can shoot up to 5? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's just going to... 1, 2... Nah, he's just going to shoot the one that's right next to Tezzeret. So we'll scan. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3. Now it's right outside of scanning range. Can't be scanned, sir. Well then... Oh no, if he moves, he won't be able to attack. So no, just attack. 4. Two hits. And it was a hit. 2 hits. Nothing. That destroys the Eldrazi. Alright, and now the Eldrazi turn. This one goes to attack the Enterprise. And if the Enterprise rolls bad, the Enterprise is going to fall 2 hits. Oh, no. Oh my gosh, the humanity. Enterprise got 1 damage remaining. Taking 5 damage. He's got 1 life remaining. Red alert! Red alert! Oh my god, this is terrible. Alright, the other one goes to attack the Continuum machine. Yeah, another 3, 5, so 3 plus 1. 2, blocked it. And then that is it. That's the 2 Eldrazi. Now we go to move the turn tracker marker down 1. Tezzeret's Continuum carrier is going to put 1 damage on the Eldrazi, which kills it. And that solves that. Now the Enterprise is really the one in trouble here. Yeah, such a sleek-looking vessel, hard to see. The Enterprise, Tezzeret. Let's move in. So now that's the end. We didn't move the alert marker. It's always been on that one. Alert 3, alert 4. Alert 5, orbital collapse. Each active spacecraft takes 1 damage. Eldrazi move +1 space. Yeah, we're close to system overload. It keeps being system overload. We're preventing orbital collapse. Alright, so orbitable, collapsible. Now we roll for initiative. So it'll be the Enterprise rolls. We get a 6. Tezzeret rolls. We get 11. And then Mooregrave rolls for his initiative. 3 and 3. If I didn't get to see that for myself, so it's the order I've already got them in. Tezzeret, the Starship Enterprise, and then the Mooregrave's cruiser. So Starship is Enterprise. Enterprise is on the radio. Help us, everybody, please! The end is near. The asteroid belt. We're stuck on the back of the asteroid belt. these ships. We're not able to. The chaos. Look at the everything. They don't answer there, dude. Let's play the game. Scan and hail. Alright, so maybe I'm gonna hail. Bam! Choose one friendly unit within 4 clear hex spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hail. Move 1 extra hex. And I would want to do that 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So now he's within range. He can shoot. Hail and then shoot. Oh, or should I repair? Shoot or repair? I can't tell which one to do. Help me. Mooregrave's going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. What do I do on the Enterprise's turn? Oh no, Tezzeret already moved. I am the Enterprise. Yeah, I'm gonna repair. Repair. Spend 1 turn repairing. I'm gonna do that instead of attacking. And now it's Mooregrave's turn. Did I do that right? Now I'm all confused. Tezzeret's attacking, killing Eldrazi. Mooregrave. He doesn't have enough move. He can't even get close enough to attack. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a range of 5. 1, 2. But can I see through the asteroid belt? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see through my own friendly figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, it's up to you, Baron. Move and attack. 2. His guns seem to be effective against the Eldritch. That was it, the 2. We're gonna be okay! Are we? The rift and the collapse. We still need to get to the station in time. That's the true test now. Alright, so that's the end of that. Alert tracker marker. Alert. Alert. Orbital bacon. Orbital collapse. Each time the alert tracker advances, the active player spacecraft takes 1 damage. Ooh. Everybody takes the damage. Enterprise takes 1. Tezzeret takes 1. Mooregrave goes to take 1, but it's reduced by 1. Alright. Now it is Enterprise. 15. Tezzeret. 15. This is messed up. I just got 15 and 15. And then now the Mooregrave. 13. So I'll do... the Enterprise, then Tezzeret ship, then Mooregrave. So the Enterprise is going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. Blink. They're going to hail 1 friendly unit within 4 hexes. I'm going to move him 1. That way it gets a clear lane, approach lane. Yeah, let's zoom this out a little bit. And then as we approach the Citadel, the Citadel is fast approaching. Yeah, perfect. You guys can see all that. That looks awesome. That's my table in my basement. Starship Enterprise moved. Tezzeret's going to use its ability, Aether Transport Matrix. Instead of attacking, you may teleport an adjacent friendly spacecraft to an empty space within 4 clear sight spaces. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to put the Enterprise there. And then that way they can dock. But they can't do that now. They have to do that next turn. I don't know. Anyway. So then Mooregrave's... Oh, so then the Tezzeret's ship moves. 1, 2, but then it's back and falls down there. And then that's docked with that. And then Mooregrave goes 1, 2, 3, and docks with the Citadel there. Now the turn tracker marker advances up 1 more to the last and final one, and that completes the scenario for today's game. Awesome, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. This is Mike, your commanding science officer, signing off.